If I was asked to choose one picture that described what Tulane football historically has been, this would be it. This is the attendance for a 2012 Tulane football home game. Yeah.
It makes sense why it was empty. It was Tulane's 37th year in the Louisiana Superdome. In those 37 years, Tulane had just 6 winning seasons to their name. Just 1 bowl win to their name, and a magical season that was never built upon and was now 14 years ago. Tulane was 2-8 entering this game and soon to be 2-9 when it ended. It was dire.
It is for all those reasons why I consider the scattered specks representing people in this picture maybe the most die-hard fans in sports history. And now, me sitting here over a decade later is left wondering one thing. If you could go back in time, take a seat next to any one of these undoubtedly hopeless fans, and tell them the 100% true statement, in 2025, Tulane is going to make the college football playoffs, what do you think they'd say?
Oh, that's pretty cool. How'd they do?
Yeah, I guess that is the most logical follow-up, huh?
Tulane football just lost a 2025 college football playoff first-round game to Ole Miss by a score of 41-10.
Such an insane, incredible season for Tulane, and this is how it ends, in the most wet fart way possible. And what stings the most is that all you heard all month leading up to this game was that you didn't belong here.
Everybody knows Ole Miss is not playing the same sport as Tulane.
You stole a spot.
We don't need them around, and we're reserving spaces in the bracket for charity.
And you know that the final score you just put up has done you no favors for counter-argument. 41-10 is all the general public will deem as worthy of remembering about your season. You hate that it's starting to be all you remember too. The only thing you can do now is try your best to recall the good parts through the fog of this depressing finale. Remind yourself of the fact that you got here in the first place. You may have gotten destroyed once there, but at least your entire season up to that point was spectacularly dominant, right? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's not mince words. The fact that 2025 Tulane football made the playoffs at all is a flat-out miracle. This team could have very easily gone 6-6 this season, and that right there is an endlessly captivating contradiction. The question, how the hell did this team make the playoffs, is one that those who did not watch a down of Tulane football before the playoffs probably thought had a very simple answer. My friends, the answer is anything but.
Oh, you traumatized? Just walk it off. You dead inside? Just walk it off. This can't be right. Just walk it off. That exists. Then what the fuck is this?
Last year, Tulane football, 2 seasons removed from winning the Cotton Bowl,
No, I'm still not getting over that.
almost made the playoffs. I say almost because they blew their game to Memphis, then blew their conference championship to Army.
This guy's existence wasn't helping much
But
either.
that's old news. Want to know what's new news? Tulane starting quarterback, running back, tight end, cornerback, defensive lineman, linebacker, and edge rusher all transferring away, as well as the other remaining half of their defense, plus their best wide receiver, all declaring for the NFL draft. Not to mention, before the 2025 season, their presumptive new starting quarterback getting arrested before the season. Wait, what the fuck?
Tulane football suspends quarterback TJ Finley, accused of driving a stolen vehicle.
Police arrested Finley at the scene and booked him into the Orleans Justice Center on account of illegal possession of stolen things valued at $25,000 or more.
Well, that's just great. So much for our hopes and dreams for this season to win the American Conference after 2 seasons losing in the championship game, mind you. Much less our dreams to make the playoffs. We can keep Coach Sumrall from the clutches of North Carolina all we want and assemble a pretty damn good transfer class ourselves all we want, but our season's dreams are going to be over before they begin if we don't figure out this quarterback situation, dude. I mean, at least we got a transfer QB in the spring portal in Brendan Sullivan, but is the backup at known offensive powerhouse Iowa really going to get us where we need to go?
We need Michael Pratt back. That's my take.
Well, the spring portal is closed now, so I don't see any way around it. These are the cards that 2025 Tulane has been dealt. We've just got to roll with the punches. That is, unless something happens that we could have never seen coming. We need a miracle. Okay, sorry, I need to make a quick tangent here. BYU is a school in the Big 12. They are Mormon. BYU's quarterback last season was Jake Retzlaff. He is not Mormon. And you know what else he is not? On BYU anymore. The entire saga isn't worth going over to in fine detail here, not because it isn't interesting or important, but because this video is long enough as it is. But suffice it to say, Jake Retzlaff broke the BYU honor code. He had premarital sex. He had to go. And unfortunately for him, the spring portal was already closed. Man, if only there was some team in the world that, like BYU, had playoff aspirations last year but came up just short, while also having a sudden gaping hole at quarterback, and conveniently whose head coach was the only other offer besides BYU to Retzlaff back when he transferred out of junior college. Boy, that would be just so convenient, wouldn't it? Okay. That's all well and good, but it's not all gonna be sunshine and rainbows for this setup. Retzlaff still has to learn an entire offense in a month. And in fact, Retzlaff almost lost the starting job battle to Brennan Sullivan before Sullivan suffered an injury in practice. But here we are. Without question, Tulane now has all the pieces in place to make a run at the AAC Championship and a CFP berth this season. And if that's your goal, then what better way to start a season than beating a Big Ten team in your place? Yeah, I know it's Northwestern, but come on, let's be nice. After all, they've got a new transfer in Preston Stone of SMU fame, staring down a new and transfer-heavy defense. Oh, I see. Well, that's certainly a good sign. It's a shame they recovered. It would have been awesome to have a truly game-changing play on the first drive of the season. Do you feel it? Aren't you inspired? Or are you emotionless?
Take it to Turner. Retzlaff rolling. It is a touchdown. Justin Reed.
Guys, we are so fucking back. Okay, but this game isn't going to be that easy. We force a 3-and-out, but then they force a 3-and-out on us, and then they go on a 13-play drive. Tulane does make a great stop on 3rd and goal to force a field goal, though. And then Retzlaff makes his presence known by leading an 11-play drive down the field, although he throws a laser a bit too hard at Maurice Turner, Tulane's first attempt at their lead running back this season. Field goal for us, too. Still up by 7, but there is tons of time left in this game, and Northwestern is coming off of a pretty good drive. Hot damn, y'all. Tulane makes it back into the red zone, but then gets sacked and has to kick another field goal. Only 1 out of 3 touchdowns on red zone trips. Not necessarily ideal, but this is the first game of the season after all, with the QB who's only been here for a month. It really would suck if this came back to bite us, though, which is what I would have said if Tulane's defense didn't intercept Preston Stone again. Fuck yeah, dude. Now, watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, Tulane is up 22-3 in the first half against a Big Ten school to start 2025. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, what a great first half. I wonder how much of a blowout the second half's gonna be. My friend, you do not know how Jon Sumrall rolls. Even the announcers have run out of things to say.
Stone, flushed, lost the football, and it's recovered by Tulane.
Good night, Northwestern. Now, before we continue, we must pause and welcome something new to this video, because although Tulane already has plenty in the motivation department with their quest to win the conference after 2 years losing in the championship game, not to mention the quest to make the playoffs, we must be clear they are certainly not lacking motivation elsewhere. This season has another dimension to it altogether, a revenge dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the revenge list.
Revenge will be yours for
And of course, number one on the revenge list is Northwestern. Why, you may ask? Well, I'll let Jon Sumrall speak to that.
For the 20th anniversary of Katrina, I wanted them to wear the same exact uniform that team wore 20 years ago. We wore the green helmets today. We requested to wear white jerseys because that's what that team wore. They got denied by the other team. That's their prerogative. But when you show disrespect to the city of New Orleans, that's what's going to happen to you. Don't disrespect New Orleans ever.
I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself. Goodbye for now, Revenge List. You'll be back soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, 23-3. Damn, that game was remarkably easy and straightforward.
Alright, everyone soak that in while you can. Now prepare yourself for whatever the hell the rest of these 13 games were.
2025 South Alabama unquestionably has some talented players, but they're no Northwestern, which is why, of course, Tulane's defense that turned over Northwestern 5 times and didn't allow a touchdown to them allows a 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to South Alabama to open their game, followed immediately by a Tulane 3-and-out. Alright, fine, we weren't going to win every game going away. It's time to lock
Davenport
in.
alone in the backfield. He will pitch to a sweeper. Anthony Eager down the left side loses the football, and it's free at the 25, and Tulane falling on it. Tulane ball.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that fucking field position. Offense, do your thing.
Takes off, got to get to the 15, he does, and loses the football. South Alabama has it. They're going the other way. That's Davenport going deep, left side. Good adjustment, good catch. Devin Boyson, he's got room. 10, 5, touchdown.
Sorry, maybe I missed something. You're telling me Tulane football is losing by 14 to South Alabama in the first quarter? Please don't tell me Northwestern was this team's Super Bowl. There's so much more waiting to be achieved this season if this team wants to take it. Do y'all want to take it or not?
Right side wide open. Across the 40 to the 35.
Okay, good. You were worrying me there for a second.
A pass to the left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Johnny Pascuzzi.
Nice. Okay, only down 7. Still 3 quarters left to play and then some. And Tulane forces a 3-and-out 2. And then Tulane scores another touchdown. And then Tulane forces a turnover on downs. And then Tulane scores another touchdown. And then Tulane forces a punt. And then Tulane kicks a field goal. That's a 24 unanswered swing to end the half. That's better. And we get the ball to start the second. No one is going to remember how this game began if we finish it off going away. Unfortunately, 2025 Tulane does not do that sort of thing. 6-minute drive for a field goal, baby, followed by benefiting from a massive mistake by South Alabama. Sure, Tulane punts after, but that's 1 quarter burned, 1 to go. And sure, South Alabama is threatening a touchdown to make it a 1-possession game, but the Jaguars get in their own way with a false start on the 1-yard line and end up having to settle for a field goal. That's a win late in this game with this lead. Now let's do what we've been doing up to this point. Ice this shit.
Run left side, breaking the tackle, breaking some more into the clear. So Barry Mobley.
Damn, and what a day for the transfer senior Mobley, trying to make a name for himself in this crowded RB. With that touchdown, we are now up by 3 scores and the game is over.
I assumed he would make the extra point, and I assumed wrong. How about that?
I see. Looks like we're only still up by 2 scores and the game is decidedly not over. It even gives a shit. It's still a 16-point lead. Surely Tulane's defense can hold on to a 16-point lead for 10 minutes.
They'll go to the end zone. Has a receiver. Was it caught? Yes, it was!
I see. You allow a touchdown, but that's fine. As long as you stop the 2-point conversion, it's still over. Okay, and you don't do that either. But that's fine, as long as you just drain some clock, maybe end the game with the ball in your hands. Or hey, maybe even just get into field goal range and give Durkin a chance to ice it again. And hey, nice, it looks like Tulane is doing just that, or they would have been if they hadn't stopped the clock with an incompletion on 1st down, and then couldn't get 5 yards on 3rd and 5. South Alabama's getting the ball back with a chance to tie. Okay, fine, but surely our defense, who had a stretch for most of the middle of this game where they weren't allowing anything, will wake up now and stop them, right?
And it is is
Oh,
intercepted.
fuck yes! See, I told y'all our defense would come through. Why is there laundry on the ground?
Foul, roughing the passer. Defense.
Oh my god. Well, it's still fine. You stop them once. Stop them again.
Across the middle. Overthrow.
Alright,
Trying to get
nice.
it to
Bit
it.
of a scary end there, but oh my god, there's a flag again?
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Hello? Refs? Are you guys fucking serious? What is going on? Holy fuck, dude. What is Tulane doing? Y'all really just blew this shit like that? This is absolutely unbelievable what I am watching right now. South Alabama is a 2-point conversion away from tying a game Tulane had no business letting them back into. And friendly reminder that none of this would have happened if we had just made the extra point. But you know what? You can still stop this, though. You're only one play
Tulane
away.
shows blitz. They bring 6. Oh, off his back foot. Intercepted! Let's go! Recover the onside kick and walk away.
Wow, what a fucking game. What an absolutely fucking stupid game that is. The funniest part is this game is still not over either because South Alabama has time out, which means Tulane has to punt it back with 6 seconds remaining and stop them
Voisin
on one
back at the
final
9.
play.
Clock at 0. Voisin running left. He's at the 25 to the 30 down
God.
the sideline to the 40. Stays on his feet, but out of bounds at the 45. This game is over. Tulane will get out.
At least they ended up holding on to win so we can just laugh at how insane and ridiculous this game was. But in all seriousness, if Tulane wants to achieve their dreams this season, they're gonna have to learn from this one. And do it quickly too. Because an old friend is waiting on them. Welcome back, Darian Mensah, Tulane's former quarterback, whose only offer besides Tulane out of high school was Idaho State. Tulane chose us, as his mother put it, who beat out both Ty Thompson and Kai Horton in 2024 to win the starting QB job, who was awesome, who got better every game, who was being tampered with since at least the Navy game, if not earlier, who transferred away without even so much as a goodbye post on Instagram. You know, the bare minimum. Where did he transfer? The Duke Blue Devils. And who's playing us this week in New Orleans, no less? The Duke Blue Devils. Tulane fans ain't missing this for the world, and you know what? Neither am I.
How's it going, everybody? Influencer M. Voss here, coming at you with a field level cam. Darian Mensah spotted. Basketball school.
But enough fun and games. Without question, this is the loudest I have ever heard a Yeoman Stadium crowd. That includes the 2022 Conference Championship. After 16 years since the last time we played LSU, we finally have ourselves a rivalry game to sink our teeth into. Let's show Darian Mensah what he's missing out on.
Mensah rolls. He does this so well. Eyes downfield and just will throw it away. And a 3-and-out force by the Tulane defense.
Now let's show Mensah who we replaced him with.
Retzlaff, wide open. Tulane, green wave, striking first.
Well, that was a fucking awesome first 5 minutes. Of course, Mensah is a good QB and Duke is a good team, so we won't be able to keep them down forever. Especially with an absolute baby preschool time roughing the passer called on us for good measure. Mensah and Duke are in the red zone.
Tackle for loss. There quickly for Tulane. Mensah looking back that way. Flush and will just throw this away.
Good stop, defense. Field goal. Which is what I would have said before the crowd caused a false start. Field goal. Which is what I would have said before the crowd caused a false start again. Field goal. Did I mention it's fucking electric in here? Well, let's not stop now.
2 rushing touchdowns is for Jake Retzlaff. They love him here in Nolens.
Mensa's trying to claw his way back into this game, but Tulane's defense is refusing to let him in the end zone. This time Duke makes their field goal at least, followed by Tulane's first 3 and out of the game. Damn, there really is so much time left here.
Or so I assume anyway.
Damn, that was a beautiful pass from Mensa. Too bad he was out of bounds, baby. Sorry about it. And once again, Duke is forced into a field goal.
Tulane pounces on it. Green wave. Get this.
Okay, this is just comical at this point. Well, can we take advantage of this mistake?
Trying to find some room. Made a man miss. Shake him. Bake him. Sully. Jake Retzlaff.
3 touchdowns for Jake Retzlaff. Mensa getting outplayed by the guy we got to fill the void he left. Man, the way this game's going after our last season ended, we're gonna have to come up with a new word that's greater than cathartic. The only thing that could make this first half better is Darian Mensa throwing an interception.
Picked off. Javion White.
Would you look at that? To those of you who thought Tulane was done after all the transfers out, to those of you who thought Tulane was done after almost blowing it to South Alabama, take a look. 24-3. Sure, Mensa finally gets in the end zone right before the half ends, but it's still 24-9 after we stop him on the 2-point conversion and we get the ball to start the second half. The ball in the hands of an offense A player, Jake motherfucking Retzlaff, who has been on an absolute heater this game.
Ball is out. Who will recognize him? Pick it up. It looks like Duke has pounced on it.
That is an absolute momentum destroyer, dude. Touchdown Duke in a 1-score game just like that. And then Retzlaff does this. You have gotta be kidding me. Holy fuck, are we lucky. Okay. Everyone stop. Take a deep breath. Things are falling away from us a little bit here. Gotta put ourselves back together. Gotta go back to what was working. How about a 3rd and 10 conversion?
On the perimeter, lower in the shoulder, and it's a first down.
Good. And then a 4th and 3 conversion.
Got stonewalled. Second effort, he is there for the first down.
Man, nice second effort there. And then 4 straight first downs on first downs into the end zone.
Looking for another one. Breaks out of an ankle tackle. Is that number 4?
A gritty answer for the Tulane offense. And despite a 35-yard play on Duke's ensuing drive, Tulane's defense steps up again and forces another field goal, which makes it still a 12-point game.
They continue.
Oh my god, dude, this is insane! How many field goal screw-ups does that make for Duke this game? Well, make that 15 up with the ball now. Let's end this shit. Game over, which is what I would have said if Tulane didn't commit a holding penalty on the 3-yard line and then wasn't able to punch it in from there. Surely this will not become a theme as the season goes on, but whatever. A field goal makes it a 3-possession game regardless, and although Duke tries their best to mount a comeback with a touchdown, followed by a Tulane 3 and out, followed by attempting a field goal on first down, which I honestly really respect, all Tulane needs to do is recover this onside kick and they will have gotten their sweet revenge on the guy that spurned them. But you know what? An out-of-bounds kick works just as well. Mensa, congrats on your $8 million bag, dude. Because the team that gave you that bag just lost to your old one. Man, that shit was fucking awesome. In any other year, I would have been fine letting this be our Super Bowl. Getting revenge on a guy who played us and left us without even a nod of appreciation for what this team did for him. But This is not like any other year. Tulane is now 3-0 with 2 Power 4 wins in non-conference on their resume. They have put in the work to prove themselves to the world that they are worth being in the same conversation as playoff teams. You could very well be the 5th highest ranked conference champion just from this resume alone, provided you make it there, of course. There is still a whole season left to play after all, and one more out-of-conference game that could be the icing on the cake. Alright, y'all, here's the deal. A loss to Ole Miss is not a massive issue, but a win against Ole Miss would not only catapult Tulane into the top 25 immediately, but would also be Tulane's best win since the Cotton Bowl. A road-ranked SEC win. You can't do much better than that. And not to mention, it's against a team Tulane has history with. This is Tulane's 3rd time playing Ole Miss in 5 years. The first one was a complete obliteration. The second one, at home, Tulane absolutely could have won, even with them not having their starting QB, if they had just played a little better in the second half. 2 seasons after that, and a new coaching staff later, that missed opportunity still looms large in the fan base's mind and in the minds of the players who are still here from that team. All that is to say, this is the 3rd addition to our revenge list. Finally beat Ole Miss. The question is, can Tulane get it done?
Bouncing it to the outside this time. Nice run by Chambliss. Chambliss all the way inside the 10. Looks into the end zone. Touchdown! Retzlaff. Incomplete. Predetermined quarterback run, and Trinidad Chambliss will pick up the first down from the right hash. Light work. Retzlaff finds his man complete. Ball knocked loose, came out, and the Rebels have it. Chambliss finds his target at the 45. He's got that kind of leg. Gave it a ride and got it.
Well, that was not an ideal start. Looks like Tulane is a bit shell-shocked by this atmosphere, and maybe a bit hungover after the all-out Duke win last week. But hey, I mean, we could be down 21-0 now. Our defense has kept us in this game. All we need is for our offense to wake up.
Retzlaff escapes the rush, got a blocker in front of him, still up on his feet inside the 30.
There we fucking go. Retzlaff using his legs again. Now can we just punch it in?
Incomplete for Omari Hayes.
Okay, not ideal, but at least it's 3rd and manageable.
Nope. A little motion.
Okay, now 3rd and long, but we still have one more down.
He's going to do it himself and come up short of the first down.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Field goal. But at least we're on the board now. Now it's our defense's turn. Can we make our first true stop of the day? Oh, never mind. Immediate 50-yard pass play from Trinidad Chambliss, Ole Miss's former backup, now starter. I guess this guy is pretty good after all. Touchdown. Ole Miss 20, Tulane 3. And Tulane once again cannot get anything going through the air and punts it back, followed by giving up another near 50-yard pass play. At least Tulane stops them and forces Ole Miss to settle for yet another field goal. The half comes to a merciful end, down now 23-3. As much as it's cringe to say, it absolutely could be worse. We forced 3 field goals, 2 of which were in the red zone. And a stat I haven't bothered to mention until now is despite that one great run by Retzlaff, a combination of terrible throws and some terrible drops has left him without a single completion in the first half. Holy fuck, I didn't even know that was possible. What the hell? But you know what? Comebacks have happened before. Ole Miss came back from down 10 against Tulane 2 seasons ago. Tulane came back from down 15 against USC in the Cotton Bowl. Retzlaff has led many a comeback in his time at BYU. There's still an entire half of football left to play, and we get the ball to start it. Whatever way you have to do it, just go down the field, get a touchdown, and make this a game. And guess what? Tulane does exactly that. Finally a completed pass for a 3rd down conversion, no less. Then a 17-yard pass to boot. Then a first down run from Javin Gordon. Then a first down run by Arnold Barnes. Then into the red zone off a pass to Bryce Bohannon. The perfect drive you were looking for comes down to this. 4th and goal. Ball's in your hands, Retzlaff.
Throws it. Incomplete. And the Rebels will take over on down.
There goes that. What's funny is on the other side, the Tulane defense actually forces Ole Miss's first punt of the day, but by this point, the oxygen had been completely exhausted from Tulane's hopium reserves. 2 turnovers on downs on the next 2 drives, one by Retzlaff and one by Brendan Sullivan after Retzlaff got benched, responded to by 2 touchdowns on the other end for Ole Miss. Tulane does end up getting into the end zone themselves in super duper garbage time, but at that point, everyone had stopped watching, including me, so who even cares? My God, what an absolute gut punch of a game this was. I thought a loss here couldn't hurt us, but fuck, man, we were riding so high after dispatching Mensa and his new team, 3-0 with 2 Power 4 wins. Now we're still just 3-1, but that one is so embarrassing and so recent that it's fully overshadowing all 3 wins in our minds. It reminds you that we barely escaped South Alabama, and without Duke's field goal hilarity, who knows how that game would have gone. It makes you wonder how good this Tulane team actually is in the first place, and it makes you wonder if this team is even going to be able to bounce back from a loss this bad. As those of us who've been here a while remember that the first game in Tulane's 2-1 series with Ole Miss was in 2021. Tulane was coming off just barely falling short of a miraculous comeback to the number 2 team in the country and a walloping of Morgan State. The hype all over Tulane's campus was through the roof that this team could put Ole Miss on upset watch. Tulane then lost by 40 points, and the rest of the season was absolute toast. Is this season over just like that one? I sure fucking hope not. Because make no mistake, despite how it feels, those 3 prior wins are not erased. Tulane still has the best resume in the group of 5, even though now no one will probably give them any respect for it for the rest of the year. Doesn't matter. It's time for conference play. And if you can win most of your AAC games, both your goals for this season will still be right there for you. You can still finally reclaim the throne of the AAC after losing it in back-to-back seasons. You can still fulfill your dream of making the college football playoffs. Unlike last year, Tulane has no need for scoreboard watching this time around. They've done the work to make it so. It's all in y'all's hands. Wash this shit out of your memory. Let it roll off your back like a green wave. And you know what? At least you never have to play Ole Miss again, right? Right? Tulane just allowed the second straight touchdown to Ole Miss in the second half of their first round playoff game on the backs of Tulane's second straight really stupid fumble. When the first fumble happened, it was only 27-3. When this half started, it was only 17-3, with Tulane getting the ball to start it. But Tulane just could not get out of their own way. And this isn't even mentioning an unconscionable second straight failed tush-push attempt directly after the first one failed. Despite all our hopes and dreams after how the rest of this season played out, the playoff game versus Ole Miss ended up going pretty much exactly the same as the first time they played. Show promise of making it a game at points, but trip over yourselves at every opportunity and never play to the ceiling that you know you have. Man, it really is a travesty this is how it ends. You were so hopeful when you got this opportunity that you'd be able to finally pay back Ole Miss. It's hard to beat a team twice, you kept saying to yourself. But you know that saying's not true, because you almost beat yourselves 5 times in the time it took you to get here. Does this reminder of the real end to Tulane's 2025 season make you, the viewer, want to stop watching? Sorry about that, but you can't deny that this outcome hangs over the heads of all our recollections of this season. It would be dishonest for this video to behave otherwise. Can we still appreciate how insane and unbelievable this season was, even while knowing where it all leads? This is an exercise for you. I believe in you. Because there's so much left to happen this season, dude.
Conference play time!
Given your goals to finally win the American Conference again, it would certainly behoove you to win your first American Conference game. Does Tulane crumble and fold after last week, or do they get back on the horse?
Retzlaff over the middle, connects with his man, and a big pickup here on third down across midfield. Retzlaff going to take a shot down the sideline on a wheel route, and he's got another receiver for a big play.
Back on the horse it is, baby. We're lucky we played Tulsa this week. This one's going to be nice and easy.
Some of the ball's out, and Tulsa kicks it around, and somehow Tulane is going to get this football back.
Holy fucking shit. How did we get that ball back? Are you kidding me? Well, we do get a touchdown, but boy did we have to dodge a massive self-inflicted bullet to do so. Oh, and then Tulane allows this
Here's
for
the
good
trickery.
measure.
Hayes with a man wide open downfield, airs it out, caught, and just shy of a touchdown.
So this game's gonna be like that then, huh? No matter, let's just get the ball back and...
Onside kick, and they recover! Wow! That's really funny. That's hilarious.
Okay, luckily that doesn't even matter because Tulane's defense doesn't allow a 50-yard play this time around. Instead, they force a punt. Then Tulsa forces Tulane the punt. Then Tulane forces Tulsa to punt. Then Tulane is forced by Tulsa to punt. Then Tulsa's forced by Tulane the punt.
This is such a fun game to watch, you guys.
But Tulane wins the field position game in that punt trade, finds themselves quickly in Tulsa territory, and is able to convert a fourth down to lead into a touchdown, followed by another punt by each. But it's pretty clear that ignoring that 50-yard pass play, Tulane's defense has been owning Tulsa today. Just as long as they don't give up another stupid massive play, we should cruise to a victory here, which of course is what I would have said before they did exactly that. As Jon Sumrall would say,
that kind of makes me cringe.
Wow, we really about to blunder our way into making this a game with fucking Tulsa? I know they beat Oklahoma State this year, but like so did everybody else. I can excuse making stupid mistakes against a really good SEC team on the road. This is stupid mistakes against a really mid-AAC team on the road. This is unacceptable. Wake up, Tulane. You're better than this.
And the ball comes out this time. Tulsa has it.
Oh my God! I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this.
Luckily, Tulsa is terrible and gives us the ball right back. Man, does anyone want to win this game? Maybe Tulane has finally decided to, because 2 chunk plays later, we're back in the end zone. Okay, panic time is over. We're back up by 7. And we turn Tulsa over on downs on the next drive. And we get a field goal to bookend the half, 24-14. Alright, now we all know how Jon Sumrall does things, right?
Gordon punches it outside and in, the third touchdown of the day. He's in trouble and throws it away, picked off on the sideline. Bring some of your own guys. That's a big hit on the outside by Jaheim Johnson.
Okay, so we at least didn't do something stupid for the second half.
Well, a win is indeed a win, but that is certainly a game I'd love to forget. In fact, I already have. What was I talking about again? But with our first big 2-game road trip over, followed by a bye week, we meet up with an AAC team that actually has some potential. ECU has lost a couple tough games to NC State and BYU, but they've destroyed Coastal Carolina and last year's AAC champ Army so far this year. Now they have eyes set on Tulane, who they have not bested in New Orleans since Tulane was playing in the Superdome. In fact, it was that game I was showing you way back at the beginning of this video. How about that? All that is to say, I'm sure we're on their revenge list. Let's make sure they don't get the satisfaction. Tulane.
Hauser, sack.
Fuck yeah. And Tulane quickly gets it into the red zone. Can Tulane punch it in while they're there? Yes!
Dropped.
Oh, excuse me, no! Field goal instead. But Tulane sacks ECU again on the defensive side and gets back into the red zone again on the offensive side. Can Tulane punch it in while they're there this time? Yes!
Touchdown Tulane, however, flag on the play.
Top block, number 58, number 78.
Oh, excuse me, no! Field goal. Oh.
Fake! Durkin! can't out-athlete the athlete.
I'm losing my fucking mind, you guys. You weren't 1 yard away from the goal line. You weren't 3 yards away from the goal line. You were 10 yards away. Plus the extra 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage that comes from attempting a field goal. You are asking your kicker to outrun an opponent's defense for 20 yards?
What is our fucking problem, dude?
Well, at least our defense is allowing absolutely nothing to ECU. Tulane once again gets back into the red zone. Can Tulane punch it in while they're there this time? No! Nice penalty in the red zone again, by the way. Field goal, and Tulane's defense stops ECU again. And Tulane gets in the red zone again. Can they punch it in while they're there? No! They once again false start in the red zone and then can't do shit. Field goal! And again, Tulane's defense does great. And again, Tulane gets to the cusp of the red zone and does nothing! Ah! Alright. I've calmed down. Maybe that was a bit of an overreaction. We're still winning by 12 at halftime. Sure, it should probably be at least 20, if not 30, but whatever. Our defense has been doing great. Surely that will continue into the second half, right?
Has a man beat, and it's caught by Anthony Smith.
Oh.
Quick play out of the backfield. That's Spalding's got blockers in front of him, and here we go.
Alright, gotta answer. And they do have a good start to the next drive. Oh, there was holding. Well, let's try this again. Another good play. Oh, there was holding again. Great discipline your team's got there, John. Punt. And ECU immediately rattles off a 15-play drive into the red zone. Just like that, we are losing. Just like that. Can this get any worse, you may ask?
Kind of a pooch kick to find where no one is. East Carolina recovers.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Sure, Tulane's defense holds them to a field goal, but at this point, who gives a shit? Sure would have liked a single touchdown instead of one of our 5 times we at least ostensibly settled for a field goal, huh? Oh my god, and after back-to-back massive pass plays, we fumble again? That's it, I'm done. This game's fucking over if we can't force a punt here. Hell, it might already be over. But hey, Tulane's defense stops the third down conversion. We haven't drowned yet.
Retzlaff fakes the give, play action, straight drop, backfiring deep all over the middle. It's outside Carl Lewis. He jumps up, makes it run, slips on a tackle, and there he goes. There's the play. There's a touchdown. Things are back right in the world. Tulane back in front on one big strike.
Darcis. Boy, did we ever need that shit. A touchdown. A touchdown that gives us the lead. We have come back from the clutches of our own making. Now all we need to do is keep it that way. Unfortunately, ECU is not willing to let this game fall out of their grasp without a fight. They roll all the way down the field to inside our 10. 3rd and 7. Massive ramifications on this play.
37.
Engel. Stopped.
And Tulane's defense gets the job done. This game is now tied, but you will take that. Save for that one play, though, it doesn't feel the most secure handing the ball to Tulane's offense to win the game today, but we don't have a choice. And hey, we'll absolutely take a field goal this time around. Gotta get there first, though. 3rd and 5.
Can they finally convert? The answer is yes.
Damn, that was scary. But first down. Keep it going. 3rd and 3.
Wheel route to Carl, and it's caught for a first down.
Damn, that was scary too. But again, first down. Keep it going. 3rd and 4.
Right. Has time. And the receiver, and he has enough for the first down.
Man, we are not making it easy on ourselves, but I can't say it isn't working. We are on the doorstep of field goal range.
Tries to bounce outside, and there's a face mask.
And there it is. We're gonna win this game. In fact, we score a touchdown for good measure. Wait, why did we do that? Hello? You're just gonna give ECU 33 seconds on the clock? I know, you're gonna say...
I'd rather score the touchdown and go up 7 points and go, all right, defense, I got 30 seconds. If we can't hold on the paint in 30 seconds, so we got a problem.
But like, why risk it? You don't have to do that. Between this and the fake field goal try from earlier, I'm worried we might have to send Sumrall to some remedial risk management courses. Thanks to 2 defensive pass interferences by Tulane on the final drive, it looks like ECU is gonna have a chance for a Hail Mary. But like, come on, these never work. We're good, right?
To the end zone. Receivers are down there. Incomplete. And that'll
wow. Well,
the final open.
That was an absolutely insane game. And it does feel good to come out on top, but like, what was the deal with our offense for the most of this game? What was the deal with the penalties? What was the deal with the stupid risks taken?
This team is going to give me like health issues, I think.
Is this team ever going to put it all together and become the amazing team we know it can be? That is a question we will try to answer against our nation's army. And it is here where we once again bring back the revenge list. Because last year, like the year before, Tulane made the AAC championship game. And they absolutely embarrassed themselves / got embarrassed by Army when they got there. You can't undo that mess, but you can get revenge for it. Getting yourself ever closer to a chance to get back to the top of this conference's mountain in the process. Wipe the last few weeks of mid-performance away, Tulane. Everything is still in front of you. Let's do it. Or Tulane's defense can allow a 48-yard drive to open the game.
But boss, 48 yards? That's not that bad.
Oh, did I forget to mention that 48-yard drive took 18 plays and nearly 12 minutes of clock. We are getting triple optioned, and I do not like it. Luckily, after all that, Army misses the field goal. Lol. Okay, well, 2 can play that game. How about an 11-play drive of our own? Once again, Tulane is in the red zone, and once again, they fail to punch it in. You have gotta be shitting me, dude. Army puts together another 11-play, 6-minute slog of a drive, but ends it with a punt. Tulane puts together a 15-play drive of their own, once again into the red zone. Once again, they cannot score a touchdown. At least we're on the board this time. Hell, at least someone is. God, triple option games are nauseating to watch when your team is playing it. Anyway, Army gets on the board too, and then halftime. Tulane immediately goes 3 and out. And Tulane's defense once again allows the Army to march down the field in a 13-play, 7-minute long parade. And finally, someone finds the end zone. It's a shame it wasn't us. Touchdown, Army. First time losing this game, and time is drying up in this game fast. We need an answer right here. The way things are going, we might not even get the ball back.
Keeping it on a draw up the middle. He's got room to the 30. Bounce out to the 25 to the 20. Down the sideline 10. 5. Touchdown!
Man, it's been a while since we got a good Retzlaff run. I've missed those since the Duke game. We are tied, and we finally force a short drive for Army. That is what we needed to finally get them out of their game plan and into ours, which is what exactly? What does Tulane football do lately?
Top in the end zone by Casey Larkin.
Ah, yes. That. Army gets the ball on their own 20 with 14 minutes left in the game. When Tulane's offense sees the ball again, they have less than 6 minutes left and are now down a touchdown. Once again, the Tulane offense is going to have to mount a comeback to keep all their dreams alive.
Completes the pass to Anthony Brown-Stevens for David Gordon. What a hole! Preston with the catch. Anthony Brown-Stevens. First down.
Good. We're not going down without a fight. Another good drive. Another drive into the red zone. If we want to stay alive, we are going to have to conquer some demons right here on 4th and 8, no less. And not even the win. You can only tie just to stay afloat. Because if you fail here, there's no way in hell you're getting the ball back.
On a 4-man rush, looking left, now escaping, losing time, flings over the middle, caught! Touchdown! Bryce Bohannon! It's his first career touchdown!
Man, they finally did it. They scored a touchdown in the red zone. It's been 84 years. And now it comes to Tulane's defense. Army has absolutely had their way with us this game. There's no question. We have one quest on this drive to stop them enough to keep them out of field goal range. 3rd and 5.
Helms keeps trying to bounce right. He's met at the line of scrimmage and pushed down.
Fuck yeah, defense. You got it done. Let's go win this game. But remember, all we need to do is just get in the field goal range. Unlike the Army game last year, Durkin is actually trustworthy. And with that pass interference call, we have done it. We are there. All we need to do is not put the ball in harm's way. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
I will never end up like him. Behind my back I already am. Keep a calendar
seconds to play.
That might be the most unbelievable play I've ever seen. Retzlaff can't even believe it. Once again, Tulane comes through. In the face of obstacles they placed in their own way. In spite of themselves and the mistakes they made, the wave continues to roll. It's a beautiful thing. It's also a terrible thing. Because this cannot be sustainable, dude. You just can't put yourselves through the ringers like this every week. We saw this in 2023. The bill comes due. You've looked as dominant as we've expected you to for probably 2 halves all year. Otherwise, you've been winning in spite of yourself. And at some point, you are going to play a team that will punish you for it. And when that point comes, y'all are going to have to have grown the hell up, or we are going to be sorry. Please don't fuck this up, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to UTSA. We haven't seen them since 2023. We have never played them at their place since they joined this conference. UTSA hasn't lost at home in conference play since 2020. 23-0 in that time frame. Perfect place to finally get yourselves right, huh?
Retzlaff pulls it, keeps it. Retzlaff's got this in his game. How about Jake Retzlaff first?
Man, and we even score a touchdown in the red zone, too. Are we back? Our backness will have to wait, though, as we completely torpedo all potential momentum by once again trying and failing to execute a trick play off a kick attempt. Jon! Anyway, let's see what our defense has to offer after getting themselves run into the ground last week. Will they respond in kind now that we aren't playing a triple option team? Okay, I see the answer is no. Alright, this is clearly gonna be a shootout. That's fine. Welcome even after last week's snooze fest. Offense, you just had one good drive. Do it again.
Gordon. And UTSA on it.
Oh.
Put his hat on the ball.
Okay, you hold them to a field goal, though. Second try's the charm.
Retzlaff gonna throw. Incomplete.
My God, that was a terrible throw. And touchdown, and we're down by 10. Fine. Third time's the charm. We are now 2 yards away from the goal line.
Only 2 is the Tulane Green Wave, and here we go. There is a fucking penalty. I cannot believe this. I actually completely can.
Well, that kind of makes me cringe.
Oh my God. You have got to be absolutely fucking kidding me. I'm running out of ways to phrase my absolute shock and disgust. Maybe I should just stop being shocked and disgusted. Maybe this is just what this team is, and it's on me for trying to fit them into a box that they don't belong. You know what? Screw it. Miss the field goal and completely underthrow a wide open guy for an interception, leading to 3 chunk plays for a touchdown. Sure, why the fuck not? And then goes 3 and out and allow yet another touchdown. Whatever you say, dude. I don't give a crap anymore. I'm calling it here. This team doesn't have it. Whatever it is, despite whatever talent they may have, the it eludes them. Tulane deserved this beatdown. This team could have lost to South Alabama, Duke, East Carolina, and Army so easily if things hadn't broken their way. And the way they responded after each game, the clear flaws in their approach, game plan, and most importantly, discipline, was to do fuck all. Coaches would rather slide into my DMs asking why I'm not happy with winning and actually address this team's extremely obvious flaws. Oh, you think I'm joking, do you? I'm not. That really happened. That sure was a strange night. But regardless, you see my point. Tulane was overdue for a wake-up call, and boy, did they ever get one today. It's a shame it was such a resounding one, to the extent that for the first time in me making these Tulane videos, it leaves me with absolutely no hope for the rest of the season, given how this team has played the last 5 games. Dude, UTSA's QB was 31 for 33, and we play at Memphis next week. The class of this conference, despite their lack of championships to show for it. They've already beaten Arkansas and ranked at the time USF this year. Perfect timing for the worst ball you've played all year, huh? The dream is dead. In the minds of everyone, Tulane is now eliminated from playoff contention altogether with a loss that bad to a squad that disrespected by the general public this year. The bill indeed has come due. I mean, sure, if you beat Memphis on the road today, it'll be your second best win and one of the best road wins in the group of 5 all year, but boy, is that if doing a lot of heavy lifting. There's just no way, dude. Not with how this team's been playing of late. But hey, Tulane does get a third down stop to start the game, but it's gonna take more than that to beat the Tigers.
Deep over the middle, looking for Shaz Preston, and he makes the over-the-shoulder grab and breaks away. Touchdown, Tulane!
Holy shit.
Baby.
Bring back the hopium, baby. This season's not over. Beat Memphis and you're thrusted back in the conference championship and automatic playoff berth discussion like you never left. Prove you're the team we all know you are, Tulane. Memphis responds with a massive touchdown play of their own the next drive, so it's not going to be that easy, certain. One huge play under our belt does not a total change make. And of course, Tulane makes it harder on themselves by committing a holding penalty. But they make up for it. Nice. It looks like we have the good Jake Retzlaff today. But now we're in the red zone. The dreaded red zone.
To the edge. Stiff arm into the end zone for a Tulane touchdown.
Okay, good. And we force a punt on Memphis too. Unfortunately, Tulane goes backwards on their next drive and punts it right back. And then loses track of Memphis's quarterback. Tie game. And then Tulane starts their next drive with a 4-yard loss. Come on, guys, don't lose focus.
Time again. Bohannon is open.
Hell yeah. Now how about a 3 running back plus Retzlaff set?
Retzlaff keeps it. Reed clears the path for a touchdown.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's the kind of fun, creative play calling that utilizes our best players that we've been missing. Tulane is back in front. And Memphis gives Tulane with a personal foul call on their next drive that they can't work their way out of. Punt. Second time's the charm, Tulane. Another chance to take a 2-score lead.
Looking for Brown Stevens, who makes the grab, and the defender falls down, and he can walk into the end zone. Touchdown!
Wow. Is this like the best half Tulane's played all year? Off the back of their worst game all year? I mean, this is probably the biggest deficit Memphis has faced all season. I'm too lazy to look that up, so you'll just have to accept that for the sake of the storyline, baby. The half's not over, though. Memphis's potent offense moves their way down the field. And Tulane's defense says no. Field goal. And there's still time left on the clock in this half.
Retzlaff finds Shackelford. He's got room to run. That's our target. It is Lewis. First and goal. Fires over the middle. Man wide open. And it's Shaz Preston for his second touchdown of the night.
Okay, now that cements it. Best half all year for Tulane. Retzlaff is on fire and making pinpoint throws. The play calls are fun and varied. The rushing attack is getting the job done. The defense is barely bending, much less breaking, and Tulane didn't even need a turnover for the 17-point lead either. Guys, this is it. This is the 2025 Tulane we always knew was in there. A win like this completely erases last week's loss. We are back in AAC championship contention, back in playoff contention, and best of all, we get to exact revenge on Memphis for crushing our dreams last year by crushing theirs in this process. Man, I'm so proud of these guys. What a way to turn it around after the entire fan base had given up on you.
But boss, aren't you jumping to conclusions a little bit? There's still an entire half left.
Oh, come on. Tulane played so goddamn amazingly in the first half. They've got this in the bag. There's nothing to worry about. See, Tulane goes down the field to open the second half and kicks a field goal. And forces a punt on the other end, too. Alright, y'all. End this game for real for us so we can go celebrate. Okay, that was not what we were looking for. But you're up by 21 right now and your defense is playing lights out. No sweat.
He's gonna run.
Oh, on fourth down, Tulane's defense allows that. Okay, touchdown, but you're still going to be up by 14. Okay, actually 13 because you allow a 2-point conversion too. But it's the fourth quarter now. You know how Sumrall likes to do it.
Nope.
Oh, okay, or we could go 3 and out again. But again, whatever. Memphis still has to score 2 touchdowns on us to come back. See, we even got a sack on first down. 3rd and 13.
Here they come.
Rodgers puts the hit on the QB. It's caught downfield.
Oh my God, guys, can we be fucking serious right now?
Lewis heaves one to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown.
Unbelievable. Our lead has gone from 21-6 in a snap of a finger. God, and there's still so much time left in this game. Oh, and we false start on the first play of the drive, too. And then we get a single-yard run followed by 2 incompletions. What a monumental failure. We're punting it back to Memphis for a chance to be flat out losing this game when we get the ball back. Okay, at least we sack them again to start the drive, but we've seen what happens next if we're not careful. Defense, please step up.
Brings an extra guy. He runs into a man. Get the ball. Intercepted. No flags. Please. Please, no flags. I don't see a flag. Oh my God. Still not over, but man, we needed that. That is our first turnover, and I feel like 3 weeks, if not 4.
Boy, what a clutch time for it. Finally, the momentum swing we needed. Now, all that's left is for the offense to wake up after being asleep all half.
Retzlaff looking. Quick throw underneath. First down, and the first down this quarter for Tulane. Flag is fucking down. Holding on Tulane. Is holding on Tulane. Yup. It's fucking holding on Tulane. It's always holding.
Oh my God. This team actually has no discipline, dude. Instead of a first down, due to yet another penalty, we get Tulane's offense going 3 and out for their 4th straight drive. And in fact, we're lucky it wasn't cut even shorter by a fucking interception to boot. I mean, dude, where the shit did the offense from the first half go? Why does this team commit so many penalties? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Once again, Memphis has a chance to take the lead outright with a chance to win the game and end our season with one fell swoop. Less than 5 minutes to play. Without question, the season hinges on this one drive. God, how do you not sack him right there? How do you allow that catch? Oh, look, yet another free play gifted to Memphis's defense. And another first down. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. 3rd and 3. Okay, Tulane's defense does something at least. 4th and 3. Here we go. For the game, for the season. Please, Tulane.
Oh my God. Do my eyes deceive me? A flag's not on us. 4th and 8.
Cannot hold on. Tulane takes over.
Holy hell. What even is this team, man? How do you even remotely start judging them? How am I supposed to react to what we just witnessed? Should I be relieved we have once again snatched a win out of the jaws of a horrible embarrassment? Should I be infuriated that this team cannot seem to put it together for a full game in week fucking 11? I mean, that first half was so good. I can't just look past that. That's what this team can be. But is that what this team is? Does it even matter as long as the wins keep coming? I mean, that's still unquestionably Tulane's biggest conference win of the year on the road, no less. They've rebought the credibility they lost after the UTSA game. They're back to contending for the conference championship. They're back in the playoff picture. They still don't need to do any scoreboard watching. Man, maybe I just need to stop fighting it. Maybe it's time to just go along for the ride. We're back in the driver's seat, but it doesn't get any easier. Don't let FAU's record fool you. They have the most potent passing game in the AAC, maybe second only to North Texas. This is not going to be a walk in the park by any means.
The end zone, knocked up in the air and intercepted.
Okay, well, that's a welcome twist of fate in our favor. Tulane's offense continues their stretch of 3 and outs, though, and punts it right back. Then FAU punts. Then Tulane's offense continues their stretch of 3 and outs, though, and punts it right back.
Oh, it's a muffed punt. It's grabbed by Tulane.
Oh, thank God. Okay, maybe that'll be what wakes up our offense for good.
And on the end around, it's a touchdown. I'll walk in for Jimmy
Okay, see guys, you can get first downs and even score touchdowns without committing a penalty. I believe in you. Keep it going. Oh, don't give up a 50-yard pass play. Guys, what are you doing? Everyone say thank you to FAU for doing an illegal formation on the 2-yard line, though. How Tulane coded of them. Merciful field goal. Tulane's offense go back to their 3-and-out ways.
Retzlaff has a wide open man. It's Anthony Brown-Stevens.
There we go. That is what I like to see.
All kinds of time. Lofting it deep. Has a man. And a touchdown to Bryce Bohannon.
FAU's pass game responds in kind, though, with a gift holding from Tulane to boot. FAU touchdown. 14-10. But Tulane's offense works their way down the field again, including a big run from Jamari McClure, who's finally getting some touches again after that fumble all the way back in the Tulsa game. We're in the red zone.
Sweep action. Retzlaff throwing. End zone. And caught for the touchdown.
Well, it certainly looks like our red zone woes have been conquered, so that's a pretty big development at least. Back up by 2 scores. Now, can we force a stop on the other end? Oh, it looks like what is forced is Bailey Despain to stop playing in this game since he's disqualified for a targeting penalty. And then a 25-yard pass. And then a 9-yard pass on 3rd and short. And a 6-yard pass on 2nd and goal. FAU has it on 3rd down, 2 yards away from paydirt.
Trying to get the edge, and he's knocked out of bounds. What a play.
Hell yeah, what a stop, Johnson. Now it's 4th down, a yard away from paydirt. We know FAU is going for it. The question is, can we stop them again?
It is Veldkamp trying to get to the goal line, and Tulane stuffed them.
Let that be the turnaround this defense has been looking for. What a stop on 3 straight plays, if we're being honest. Sure, Tulane punts it right back, but we were starting on the 1. Let's not be unreasonable here. What matters is our defense is finally in gear.
It is intercepted. There's the pick. Isaiah Wadsworth at the 2.
And it just keeps going. Man, what a beautiful interception that was. Tulane is up 21-10 at halftime and gets the ball to start the second half. Their defense is bent but not broke. Their offense is at least getting first downs again. It's the little things, you guys. And to start the half, Tulane actually puts a pretty good drive together, which is what I would have said if they hadn't committed 2 holding penalties and ends up having a 7-minute drive ending in a punt. I guess old habits die hard. Let's see if our defense is still in gear after the break, though. Good shit, Joker. Let's end this game. Never mind, let's make this a game instead. This team is so funny, dude. Nice job forcing the turnover on downs on the other end, though. Now can we end this game? Can we give it to McClure some more?
For 6.
Man, I really like this guy. Anyway, we are now up 28-10 going into the 4th quarter. Surely our defense, who has been playing pretty well today, won't fall apart in the 4th quarter like they did against Memphis, right? Oh man, they do exactly that. Aw, shucks. Luckily, a combination of well-timed Retzlaff passes and McClure runs mean that unlike the Memphis game, Tulane actually answers a touchdown. And that puts this game officially out of reach despite another FAU touchdown late. Finally, a win that doesn't go all the way down to the wire. Man, we really needed this. If nothing else, to prove to ourselves that it can be done. It definitely wasn't perfect, but in the last 2 games, you can see signs of improvement for the Wave if you know where to look. And the good thing is, the final 2 weeks of the regular season for Tulane are against one of the worst teams in the AAC, followed by definitively the worst team in the AAC. And even better after everything that has gone on this season for Tulane in the 3rd college football playoff rankings of the year.
Tulane, out of the American, is number 24. Presume they're going to be the highest ranked team out of the group of 5.
They are on the board. And even better, James Madison, Tulane's only true challenger for the 5th highest ranked conference championship spot should Tulane win out, is not ranked at all. And why is that? Well, it's obvious. The committee is finally respecting the AAC, at least in comparison to the Sun Belt. The AAC has at least 6 teams actually worth respecting, a massive jump over previous years. Sheesh, I can't lie. It feels good to be respected by the people who don't watch our games for once. And the best part of all is, this is set in stone now. Past CFP voter history shows that if we win out, JMU will not be jumping us no matter what they do. The spot to make the playoffs, a goal Tulane Tulane has been dreaming of ever since the playoffs expanded in the first place is now officially Tulane's to lose. Can we say confidently we are the best team available for that spot? Hell no. But the rules are the rules. At the end of the day, we've gotten done what we've needed to get done. The spot at the table is reserved for us should we not absolutely embarrass ourselves the next 2 weeks against terrible opponents. Surely Tulane won't absolutely embarrass themselves the next 2 weeks against terrible opponents, right? Right? Man, sometimes I forget Temple's even in our conference. Anyway, our job today is simple. Don't fall for the trap game. You finally have a number next to your name. You finally have a completely clear path towards your ultimate goal. You cannot derail yourselves before you even get there. Especially in a stadium that has 3, maybe 4 people in it right now. Let's start on the right foot.
Play action, deep shot is caught, and it's gonna go the distance. Shaz Preston!
That's what I like to see. And our defense says no to Temple on the other end. Let's just keep finding open men and feeding McClure. Man, every game I watch this guy, I like him more and more. We dropped the third down conversion and have to settle for a field goal, though. 10-0. Then allow a couple of massive pass plays to Temple. Okay, that's fine. They're not that terrible of a team. That's gonna happen, just as long as we don't immediately give the ball right back. We immediately give the ball right back. Punt. Good sack, though. Punt back. And Temple gifts us 23 free penalty yards on the next drive. That's nice of them. Touchdown. 17-7. Then 3 punts happen and Tulane ends the half with a field goal. And starts the half with a field goal, too. Then Temple punts. And Tulane again settles for a field goal. Come on, Tulane. Let's not make this like the ECU game again, please. Another McClure run has us inside the 10. Can we take advantage?
Play action, Retzlaff basically hands this to Justin Reed for the touchdown.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes left, up by 21. Tulane gets one more sack for good measure to lead to a punt, and this game is over. Tulane has not fallen for the road trap game. Good job, fellas. One more regular season game to go to punch your ticket to the conference championship game and a shot at the playoffs. All you have to do is beat the worst team in the conference. Last season, Tulane ended their regular season by losing heartbreakingly to Memphis with a chance to make the playoffs in the balance. Charlotte is not Memphis. Sure, they have Tim Albin, but it's his first year here, and their literal only win this year is against an FCS school. 10 losses otherwise. There's no questions to be asked about this matchup. Tulane is going to steamroll this team and waltz into their 3rd straight AAC Conference Championship appearance, this time hosting it because they're ranked higher than presumptive opponent North Texas right now. 2 back-to-back touchdown drives to open the game. Actually, hold on. Stop the video. We gotta watch this play first.
12 times for 9 yards over the last 2 weeks. This is Hayes trying to get outside. Spun backwards, and here comes Hayes near side. Retzlaff waving him around like a third base coach, and Retzlaff sets the block. He is just short of the end zone.
As I was saying, 2 back-to-back touchdown drives to open the game. 2 punts for Charlotte. Let's make it a 3rd touchdown.
Retzlaff gonna throw it over the middle. Picked off!
Retzlaff, what was that? Okay, it's fine though. Charlotte's offense sucks. Take 2. Let's go make this a 3-score.
Punched away and picked up by Charlotte.
Aw, McClure, not again. Dude, Tulane, can you not with this against the worst team and maybe all the FBS this year? Luckily, Charlotte's defense is just that bad and misses a field goal from the 7-yard line. Lol. But Tulane goes 3 and out. Bruh. An interception on the other end puts Tulane in prime field position and they punch it in this time, finally taking that 3-score lead, but like, what are we doing? I mean, the score looks good, we're blanking them, and we know no one's watching this game, so the score is all that matters, but like, if we don't shape up and pull a textbook Tulane second half almost collapse like we have so many times this season, especially against a team this shitty, there is absolutely a chance North Texas jumps us in next week's rankings and steals the hosting of the conference championship from us. Well, more accurately, it would be us handing it to them. That would be catastrophic. We cannot allow that to happen. Can we close out this team, please? Luckily, as previously established, Charlotte's offense is just that bad. Punt.
We settle for a 55-yard field goal attempt, lol.
But then get another interception on the next drive. And then...
throwing downfield, it's intercepted.
Okay, I'm not even that worried about blowing this game anymore because of how bad Charlotte's offense clearly is, but like, seriously? Seriously, you guys? Tulane does not score a touchdown for the rest of the game against 1-10 Charlotte. They do get 2 field goals and win 27-0, but like, y'all, let's be so for real out here. You guys are playing North Texas next week. Probably the best offense in the entire group of 5 and one of the best offenses in all of football. You are gonna have to match that intensity if you want any chance of winning that game, finally reaching the mountaintop of your conference you've just missed out on the past 2 seasons, and making your first ever playoffs. So much is on the line, and this is how we're focusing a week before that? Is there any hope at all? Should I even bother caring? Okay. Stop. Gotta cut the dooming, dude. Gotta take a breath. Set aside the context within all the games leading up to this for a second. By winning today, Tulane has just made their 4th straight conference championship. That is unfucking believable. A streak of dominance hitherto undreamt of in Tulane football history. And we know the game awaiting us in that championship is going to be a tough matchup. We know this Tulane team has for the most part not lived up to the talent we know they have, but despite that, they have made it back here anyway. They have overcome their adversity at nearly every turn. And they're at home for a single game standing in the way of their 2nd conference championship in 4 years and a berth in the motherfucking college football playoffs. Throw everything before this away. Throw the fact that you just learned this is going to be Sumrall's last season with Tulane away too. Stop. Don't let that distract you. Hell, the same is true for North Texas's coach. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define you, and it can't define this game either. One game for all these Tulane players to achieve everything they've been striving for the past year, hell, some of the past 3 years. To reclaim the throne that has so closely eluded you for the previous 2 seasons. To prove all the doubters that this could never be done wrong and make the playoffs. One game. And potentially all that could swing that game is just a bit of momentum caused by a rowdy New Orleans crowd. I know I already went to the Duke game this year. I know air travel is expensive. I know it's a long flight. I know it's gonna be raining. There's no question in my mind about what my next move must be. I've got a plane to catch. Tulane just allowed the 2nd straight unbelievably fast scoring drive to Ole Miss to open this playoff game. It seriously looked so easy both times. Everything looked wide open. Tulane just looked slow, outclassed by the number 2 team in yards per game this season. There was just no way a defense as scattershot as Tulane had been all year would be able to compete with that. The only hope was that their offense would be able to keep up, and as we'd seen all season from Tulane, they had the talent, but they just couldn't stay out of their own way. Which truly begs the question all these talking heads have been harping on. Why is Tulane even here in the first place? They know they don't belong deep down. They know they have no chance deep down. They know they haven't played anyone close to Ole Miss's talent this season, except when they played Ole Miss themselves and lost by 35. That's what you get when an inconsistent, untested defense gets a charity invite to play the number 2 offense in the nation. To beat the best, you have to have beaten the best. So why even bother? Sorry, what? You want me to look at who the number 1 offense this season was? Oh, I don't know what that's gonna prove. North Texas? North Texas was the #1 offense in the country this season? How the fuck did Tulane beat them then? North Texas's offense starts the game by doing what they have done all year. Methodically working their way right down the field, completely dismantling whatever poor defense is unlucky enough to face them. With a 4th and 1 conversion baked in there too for good measure. Drew Mestamaker touchdown. Tulane at least made them take 15 plays to get it done, but still, this offense is good, dude. As I said, this team ain't Charlotte by a long shot. Tulane cannot have any empty trips on offense if they want this to be a game.
Downfield, caught, completed the 45.
Nice contested catch, Amari, and perfect throw from Retzlaff, too. That's a good sign. Keep it going.
Retzlaff pulls it out, throws a dime and a first down.
Okay, another perfect throw from Retzlaff, but Tulane quickly gets themselves in a 4th and 1 situation of their own.
Retzlaff, that's enough for the first down.
Alright, a slow developing play, but Retzlaff gets it done, and Tulane finds themselves in the red zone.
Looking into the end zone. Ball knocked out of his arm as he was trying to throw.
Alright, here we go. We know we need to match North Texas offensively in this game or we are screwed. Taking 3 is not an option. 4th and goal from the 3.
Run it, buddy. Go, Jake. Into the end zone. Touchdown.
Okay. We are in this game. And this is now officially a game. Take 2 for the defense.
The backfield, make the pass to him. Pressure comes, and they got Mestamaker. It is Mo Westmoreland. Wraps him down at the 41.
Man, that sack is huge. Now, what are you going to do with it on 3rd and forever?
Checks down to Hawkins inside the 30, the 25. Hit hard. Ball is out. It's free. Tulane's got it. Down the sideline to the 45, to the 50, to the 45 of North Texas, and cut down at the mean green 40. It was L.J. Green who picked up the fumble.
No first fucking ball lane. Don't care what you gotta say. System blower every day. Ain't free, you gotta pay. Government cheap with a rat slave. Death cousin, MVA, 4 minutes. Lynch mob, ice cube and a good day. Outlaw society. I'm a dead man on a war machine. My heart is right second, I'll sleep. And you death when a game is weak. Play the game, count your card, exit space. No smoke in your face. Yelling guns, better change.
Look at us looking like the team we always knew we fucking could be. Tulane can't get into field goal range as the half comes to a close, however, and has to punt it right back with less than a minute left. Wait, why are we still watching the punt part of this clip? Shouldn't we have moved on by...
It's a mean green receiver! Hi, I'm Jack Chenshu. You're probably wondering how I found myself in this situation.
Oh my god, what a break! What a fuck up by North Texas! We can't advance the punt, but we are now in the red zone with less than a minute to go in the half, plus we get the ball to start the second half! And for those of you who actually watched this game saying, but Voss, it was kick-catch interference! Didn't you see Landon Sides get knocked over by TJ Smith? Didn't you hear the absolute temper tantrum the ESPN crew was having over this?
You have to clear a path for him if he has a chance to get there. Yeah, that should be a foul.
I don't know how you can miss that. I mean, that is a crucial miss by the officials, and you can see it's hit by a Tulane player. I mean, that's clear as day.
That's a tough break from an officiating standpoint. Am I right?
No. Unfortunately for that narrative, 5 seconds before the ball bonked into him, North Texas's number 80 was literally pushing TJ Smith into Sides. So any way you slice this, North Texas did this to themselves. Now we need to take advantage. Do we want to take the field goal on 4th and goal with 3 seconds left, or do we want to try to take a commanding 24-7 lead while risking going to halftime with nothing to show for this miracle? Jon Sumrall has made up his mind. Now, who does he trust in this massive moment?
The 1, Reed trying to shove Retzlaff across the goal line. Touchdown!
None other than the man himself, Jake Retzlaff. What a first half by the Tulane Green Wave. Offensively and defensively, it's on par with the first halves of the Memphis, Duke, and Northwestern game. We are back to finally living up to our potential when we needed it the most. We are 1 half and a 17-point cushion away from all our dreams becoming reality. 1 half. 1 second half. Will we finally put together a good second half? Or are we gonna blow it like we've come so close to blowing so many games so far this season? Nice and slowly, we work our way into North Texas territory, burning time off the clock as Jon Sumrall is wont to do. We can't get the 3rd down conversion though, but we do have Patrick Durkin from 50 yards.
Pushed it off to the left.
Well, that's not ideal. He had the distance as he's had all year. He just hooked it. But that's fine. Our defense has been fantastic all game. Surely that's not going to stop now, right?
I'll give you what you want and finish what I started. I'll give you what you wanted and finish what I started. I'll give you what you wanted and finish what I started. I'll give you what you wanted and finish what I started.
Off the fingertips and picked off. Chris Rogers down to the 20, to the 15, racing the end zone. Touchdown, Tulane!
Wait, I was right? For the first time all season, Tulane is going to close out a quality opponent? And all it took was waiting until the championship game to get there? I mean, better late than never, huh? It's over. With another interception of Mestamaker for good measure. Tulane is going to win the American Conference Championship against the best offense in all of college football. After 2 seasons heartbreakingly losing once they got there. They beat the best offense in America to do it. And they have punched their ticket to the college football playoffs. Tulane has made the college football playoffs. Tulane! That is unbelievable! God, what an insane season. So many ways as I've painted the picture for you, it could have gone so wrong. And yet here we are, exactly where the entire coaching staff and player groups all said they could be. They set their goals high and were never perfect, but they did it. They did it. And none of that is going to be remembered by anybody after what happened after. God. I'm not mad. Please don't put in the newspaper that I got mad.
Everybody knows Ole Miss is not playing the same sport as Tulane. But for some reason, we're still forced to pretend they are.
Does Tulane even play on TV? Have they?
CW, I think.
Yeah, CW. I do not want them to get a shot.
It's time to get rid of the G5 schools. And I'm not going to give you the with all due respect because I don't really care about Tulane.
It's literally a safety issue.
It's ridiculous to have them included. Why would you tell half the sport that they don't count? They don't!
Tulane in the college football playoff is college football's version of DEI.
Actually, you know what? We're an entire movie's length into this video. Why beat around the bush? I am mad. I'm mad that Tulane lost in the playoffs. I'm mad that Tulane lost the way they did when I know after watching them all season they could have done so much better, but just like most of the rest of the season, they did not fulfill that potential. I'm mad that Tulane absolutely could have beaten Ole Miss had we gotten the good Tulane, the Duke game or the Memphis game or the North Texas game Tulane, but we got the rest of the season Tulane instead when everyone was finally watching. I'm mad that everyone was dragging Tulane's name through the mud both during and after this game for daring to fulfill the requirements to make the playoffs that the name draggers themselves set, making Tulane out to be the villain in all this. Tulane! I'm mad that ever since this playoff was first announced, I've been daydreaming about what would happen if Tulane made it. The love and support outpouring from casuals in the media, hopping on the bandwagon of the potential Cinderella, and all we got when it happened was a month's worth of slaps in the face from people I once respected, and then we couldn't even prove them wrong. I'm mad that these people are free to scream those opinions at the top of their lungs without challenge. And I'm mad that these people are kind of right, too. Purely from an execution level, Tulane didn't really deserve to make the playoffs. We just watched an entire video pointing out why it's so funny that they did. But don't let it fool you. These people don't care about that context. They didn't think Tulane was undeserving of the playoffs because while talented, their offense and defense were inconsistent. They kept letting teams back in the game. They kept committing too many penalties. They kept making too many self-inflicted mistakes. No, they thought Tulane wasn't deserving because of the logo on their jersey. That's why I'm mad. I'm mad that I was naive enough enough to think that if Tulane made the playoffs, everyone would just find it awesome and root for them and finally validate my team as belonging with the big boys. But no, you can't just make the playoffs anymore to be able to call your season, your team, a success. Now you have to prove you belong, or you would have been better off not even making them at all. And you know what? I'm mad that I'm mad. I'm mad that these people, having not watched a down of Tulane football all year, get to determine how we remember Tulane's season. They get to call Tulane's entire season a failure and irrelevant based on the outcome of a single game, while refusing to engage with the team on any further level past that, and we just have to sit back and let them do this, and oh my god, I am doing that, aren't I? I'm fucking letting them do this. Why am I giving these guys this power over me? This is all me. What am I doing? I'm the one who's letting this game and these people's poison infect me, infect this season, infect this video. These motherfuckers aren't the Tulane football propagandist. I'm the Tulane football propagandist, goddammit! And the only people that are going to tell Tulane's story properly will ever be us. So we can't ever fucking stop. And we need to nip this in the bud right now. Y'all think Tulane didn't deserve to be in the playoffs? Sorry about that, but your crying came too late. Your future rule changes came too late. Maybe next time you succeed in keeping us out. Not this time. We got your ass. Tulane football made the playoffs, and we are not sorry. And you will never make us feel sorry, because it's long past time we let those who do not care about us tell us how we ought to feel. I know how I want to remember this season.
Must I lay here as a product of the world I never leave? I can see my life is crashing down, it's been a while. My mind is racing for a million miles. The machine is turning me.
Jon Sumrall being offered an SEC job right before the conference championship game that he could not possibly turn down, and instead of quitting on his current team like so many other coaches have before him, promised to stay with Tulane for as long as the season would last, and in doing so keeping the promise he made in his first ever Tulane press conference that Tulane was going to make the playoffs under his watch. Jake Retzlaff being kicked off his former team whose fan base he had created such close ties with whom he had just missed out on a conference championship and playoff berth with, joining a new team a month before the season started and leading that adoptive team whose fan base equally embraced him to the goal he'd been searching for all along. Jamari McClure, the young upstart running back, overcoming multiple fumbles early in his season in a crowded running back room and blossoming into a guy who in the conference championship carried the ball 22 times for 121 yards and a touchdown, outshining the best offense in football on the same field and flashing his brilliance on the big stage too. The entire defense showing up when they had to in the championship game. Following up Sam Howard's talk that they wanted to do it not just for Sumrall, but for themselves. For Tulane. So many incredible storylines from so many incredible players, but I can't go on forever. I want to end it with wide receiver Bryce Bohannon, the senior clubhouse leader of the entire Tulane football team, who had been here since the 2-10 2021 season, who stayed here through a coaching change and multiple transfers in, keeping him just outside the starting lineup for multiple years, who finally got his chance this season and was playing fantastic, who unfortunately got an injury that knocked him out for the rest of his career, kneeling the ball out to win Tulane the conference championship. Man, sometimes sports truly are beautiful. This season, Tulane got back atop the American Conference. This season, Tulane beat the ass of the quarterback that spurned them in the offseason. This season, Tulane fans got to rush the field twice. And as Tulane stepped down onto that playoff field, the field everyone told them they didn't belong on, overcoming all the adversity thrust on themselves by themselves, and also the fundamentally broken sport they happen to play, achieving all the goals they could could have ever dreamed of, entering a stage they could have never possibly fathomed just 5 years ago, they'd already won.